Hello, Mr. Ed here. Today is October 14th, 2017. Today I'm in Metairie, Louisiana, and I'm actually in the old part of Metairie called Jefferson, Louisiana. And today we're going to be looking at some bees inside of a house, in the wall space of a house. And bees are actually got their entrance into the house behind the electrical panel right here. There's some boards that are loose right there, and there's a crack, and the bees have gotten behind it, and then they've got inside of the wall. I mean, the bees are really working really well right now. I see them coming and going with a bunch of pollen right now. So there's a lot of stuff going on as far as blooming going on right now on the side of the lake. And with the grace of God, these little Metairie bees, they're going to become abbey honeybees in just a few hours. Let's do some wrangling. And this is where our bees are located, in the wall, right between the window and this wall right here. When I shot the thermal camera on them, the bees are located all the way from the top of the ceiling all the way to about right the midpoint of this window right here. That's how big the heat signature was. So I don't know, how much further down into the wall they go, but we'll find out when we open up the wall. And our homeowner Charlie has really been great. He got the room all set up for us. He put some drapes over all the entrances, keep the bees out. And there he is right there, Charlie. Thank you very much. And so we got this room all. He's got this room all set up for us, so that when we open up that wall, the window right there is the only place those bees are going to go. All right, I believe that's all our intro, and I think it's time to open up the wall and expose the bees. Wreck-It Ralph, where are you? Well, how about that one, folks? Man, that's nice. It's really typical of this is exactly what I expected to see in this wall. That the comb is built across on the face, so I'll have to take it out in sheets as opposed to whole sections of comb. But, I mean, what we're looking at right here is all honey on this side, and there's no telling how many bees we're going to have in here. But I've got my queen catcher, and you know I'm going to be looking for that queen. Nice. Here is the first slab of comb that I've taken out, and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections of that I'll be able to frame up right here. But what I got to show you is the other piece of comb that's still in there. This is amazing. Now here's the next slab that I'll be operating on. But what I really want to show you is the pattern of this queen. This oval that she makes as she lays the eggs, and then they put the stores around it. Look at this. Look at the shape of that. That is beautiful. I don't believe our CNC could make a oval that good. And that's done with the computer. That is beautiful. I don't get to see that often. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the vacuum up again. I've seen the bees are out on the comb again, which is really what I want them to do. I can either vacuum them up really easily, or sometimes the queen will actually come out on that part, and I can get it very easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to frame up this first section of a slab of comb. I'm not going to get the bottom part because there's no brood in this bottom piece, but I think the top next three do, and then this top one is pure honey, so I'm not even going to frame that up. I'm just concentrating on trying to get brood in the box. Now, one thing that's really important too when you put your comb in there is orientation. Top has to be at top because actually the cells, they may look like they're straight, but they're actually angled in. And if you put them in the opposite way, the brood will die in there. So you have to make sure you put the comb in the proper up and down on your frames. Folks, thank you, Jesus. Look at that beautiful baby right there. Folks, how about that? Man, that queen, I was looking, I knew that the up at the top there was a cluster of bees, and I was looking through it, and I looked to the left, and I see running on the side of the wall, here she comes running up. And she buried herself underneath the bees, and I'm putting my finger in there. I don't know if that was on camera. I was putting my finger in there trying to get her to run out. And finally she ran out into the open, and she actually ran right into the cage. So thank you, Jesus. Hold on, this is a really great thing. So I'm going to go ahead and finish vacuuming up those bees and wrap this thing up. Woo-wee, sweet. And folks, it ain't there no more. Ain't nothing left of that hive. Well, there's lots of left of that hive, it's just in a different location. I want to show you this. The only hole that those bees were coming in, that's it, right there. That was the entrance to this beehive. So
for me, I mean, that shows you don't have to have a big entrance on your hive. In a lot of cases, a small one is quite sufficient. I mean, this just proves it. When you take bees out of walls and you see things, a lot of times what we do on our beehives, I think we do that just to make ourselves feel better. All right, we're going to pick this thing up at the Abbey and close it off up there. So I'll see you up there.
Made it up to the Abbey now, and it's right around 2 o'clock right now. So it took about 7 hours for this whole job. When I left this morning it was 7. It's 2 o'clock now. So back up here, and here's our bees right here. Our queen right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and do this kind of quick because I want to get this stuff set up and not to cause too many problems with the bees, maybe wanting to rob out these guys. So I'm going to grab the, set the camera up and set these boxes up and release the queen. Alright, so we got the queen right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and release her on one of these frames of brood. I got a bunch of these little nurse bees that were still on the frames when we framed them up. And you see there's some of them right there on the box right there in the lid. Alright, so let's find a frame and turn our queen loose on it. This one looks good as any. So we're just going to turn her loose. And there she is. Right there. Alright, let's put her in the box. Put our cover on. And our inner cover. Alright, telescoping cover. Alright, all set up and ready to go. So all I have left to do is pull the screen out. I'm going to pull it out about 3 inches and open up the gate and let these girls go. But before I do that, I'm going to sign off. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching and I'll be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed, I'm out of here until the next video.